What's up? How you going?
What's up, girl?
What's it
It's
going?
nice to see you.
How's it hanging?
You look radiant today.
You do, you beautiful girl. You beautiful.
Okay.
And man.
Or boy.
And or
non-binary. You guys are all beautiful.
You know what? You're all beautiful people.
Listen for my how.
So, hello everyone. My name is Misha.
I'm like, yes. And I'm Nicole.
And we're Ritual Común.
Hi.
Today we're here to talk about creating sacred space for yourself. So, creating a sacred space in terms of your home, your physical places of dwelling. We're also talking about how to integrate that into your life if you don't already have one, and why it's important. Why is it important? Always asking the why.
When you are creating a sacred space for yourself, it's all about intention. For me, it's been the most healing experience when I have picked things that I want to grow in my life. So it's not so much about refurnishing my whole space. It's more about taking the stuff that I already have and finding their value and giving them intention. So if it's with my vanity and all my skincare stuff, I place it in such a way that looks aesthetically pleasing to myself, but also when I'm in front of my mirror and I'm putting all my toners and crap, that it feels like I'm doing something that is, it means that I'm loving myself. And having that sprinkled throughout my place makes it feel like it's my own. Like this is me. Like this is who I am. We do.
We want you to understand the why, number one. So like Nicole said, the why is intention. So if you have intention in your space, then what happens? All of a sudden, the things that you are intending for begin to happen. The things that you want to start to see align in your life start to align. Number two is the actual space. So the actual space in your home, the actual space in, like I was saying before, in a car or in another, within your heart. There's different places that you're going to feel different energy in your home. So I was suggesting at one point that people could sort of go into a different space in their home and feel what feels right. Not everybody's going to do that, of course, like Nicole was saying. Not everybody's going to jump from corner to corner to see what feels good in their space.
They don't know we've had this conversation.
But now you know we've had that
like,
conversation.
She said that? I'm like, well, I did, but you guys don't. You're not privy.
You guys were not witness to that conversation, but she's so confused. She's like, did we tell them that ever? I'm like, no, you told me. In that conversation, I was talking about shamanism and how one of the practices that I learned through shamanism is energy spots. So if you've read anything like the Carlos Castaneda teachings of Don Juan, you'll know like the Yaqui way of living. A lot of shamans follow a certain practice that they go into spaces and they feel the energy of certain spots. And that's when they do cleanings or rituals or certain areas of like their practice. And so when you come into your house, there's going to be different places that energy feels differently. If you do the same thing in your car, the same thing. You'll be able to sit into different places in your car and you'll feel a certain way on the right side or on the left side or in the middle. And you can understand, what is your best feeling? What do I feel the best? Is it because I love the way that the sunlight hits this one space and I love the warmth in this area? Is it because I want it a little darker and a little cooler and it's a little bit more dry in this other area? Whatever you vibe with best is going to be a really good place to start to create your space.
This really speaks to the embodiment of holding space for yourself and others. I think we hear about it with clothing, that your clothing reflects a part of your personality, whether you intended to or not. Mm-hmm. Your space will do that in the same way. If you have been in like a dark place in your life before, it might represent that maybe your place is dusty or messy or something, and your physical space is actually reflecting the way that you're feeling. And when we start to make changes and shifts that have intention, that you're trying to kind of blow up in your own life to like magnify that part of you in your own life, you will start to create that space within yourself. You're finally going to walk into your room, your house, your office, wherever it is, and you're going to see a reflection of yourself in that place, and that in itself is inspiring. Even if in that moment you don't think like, oh, I'm inspired by this place, you're just gonna feel like you belong there, and
Yeah.
you're gonna feel really good in that spot, and that makes a huge difference, because now all of a sudden you're taking space, you're taking ownership of how amazing you are, and you're reflecting that for other people to also come into your home or to your space and feel your vibes and feel like what you're about without it being said. It's happening.
It just is immediate. You'll just, that's what we say about vibes. You feel them immediately, right? And the last one is the how. So how do you begin this process? How do you even begin to think to rearrange? Are we asking you to buy 1 million new pieces from the furnishing markets? No. Furnishing markets.
We're anti-capitalists.
No. We
don't
just
buy anything.
No, take what you already have in your home and create a little area for yourself, whether that be an altar, whether that be a resting space, whether that be something that your intention is. What is your intention, right? You want somewhere to nourish your plants. You want to create a little garden. What do you want to create in this sacred space? So asking yourself, why? What is my intention? 2, what area feels the best? And 3, how do I even begin this? So Marie Kondo the shit out of your house. Marie Kondo right here. Whoop. So what sparks joy? That's her whole method, is what sparks joy. So you hold something or you figure out what you have, and it brings so much joy to you. This is going to be the way that you create that sacred energy for yourself.
Yeah, and I think another important thing when you're doing it, like we said, you don't have to go buy a lot of new stuff. You might also be in a situation where you have roommates or you live with your family. You're like, well, I don't really have my own space. We'll get that group of people involved in it, and I think it can be a really great way to build a stronger bond and intimacy with others, to now look at your space in a different way. Another great idea, if you don't or can't go and buy stuff and you're like, I would really like a different chair, is, you know, tell your friends about the idea and be like, hey, like I'm changing stuff up, like, do you guys want to do that? And swap stuff out. Like we do it with clothes. I know, like we do it with clothes all the time. Like, I'm not wearing this anymore. You like it?
But so creating your own way of working out how you want to fill your space, how you want to decorate your space, how do you want to like even just minimalize your space. So just getting rid of stuff and just being like, no, I don't need any of this. This doesn't make me feel any kind of sense of joy. And if you're just left with the bare bones of things, it's a really good place to start, because at least you'll start to like the way you feel in the place that you are.
Yeah, and challenge yourself to repurpose things. Like, you know, maybe there's parts of that chair or frame or whatever that you could use for something else. And that in itself is like a really fun project to do. So, crafting.
Okay, guys. Well, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Oh, in the comments below, remember, if you have a picture of how you've done your sacred space, please Instagram us or tag us on Instagram and share them, and we will share you on our stories. And also in the comments, let us know that you are interested in partaking in this fun adventure.
Because I want to see.
Yeah, we really want to see what you guys do. Okay. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you did not like this video, that's okay. Just scroll away to another video. And we will see you guys soon. Bye. Bye.
If you like what you hear and you want to keep the conversation going, listen to our podcast, Ritual Común Contigo.
Also check out our Instagram, where we have affirmations, oracle cards, and give a special message just for you.
Make sure to check out our website,
ritualcomún.com.
Inhala,
Exhala. Inhala. Exhala.